Hi guys, I don't know if this is good news for some people because the Nigerian government are actually trying to ban over 100 loan app. And I'm going to be discussing everything, explaining everything through slides for you people so that you can actually understand what is going on. The FCCPC are actually moving against loan apps in Nigeria. And that is the Nigerian Federal Competition and Consumer Protection Commission. They have intensified regulation of digital loan apps. And this agency is responsible for protecting Nigerian consumers from exploitation. And according to what is going on, they are saying that over 521 digital lending companies are under FCCPC regulatory oversight. And this shows how massive the digital loan market has become. It's not something that many people are actually venturing into because of the profit. They know that by the time they actually put probably 5% profit, 10% profit without doing absolutely nothing, and they just collect their money in the space of how many months, it actually really pays them. So many people are now venturing into that kind of business because they know that it's actually going to pay them. It's going to pay them even more. Some people, the more you owe, the more your money increases. And you must definitely pay because they need to attack you for it. And 457 lenders received full approval, while 35 got conditional approval. And some lenders are still being monitored for compliance. And right now, over 103 apps, 103 loan apps are currently on a watch list and may be banned. So right now we have over 100 loan apps that might currently be banned because they're actually watching them because of the things that they're actually doing. These companies failed to register or comply with consumers protection rules. Many people actually know that some of these people are overdoing these things. They are not giving fair rules to consumer. All they want is their money. This is actually very, very wrong. This is very, very wrong. Some of the way that these people actually try to collect their money, the way they actually go about these businesses, they are making it look like back in the day where they will start even almost having to beat you. You understand? So they are now saying they are monitoring them and they might probably be banned. The crackdown followed the January 5, 2026 deadline for digital lenders to register under the digital lending regulation of the 2025. And if these people don't actually register to be able to follow the new rules and regulation, they will probably be banned. And why is the government actually taking this action? Many loan apps are accused of harassing borrowers and exposing their personal data. Imagine, because I came to come and borrow money from you, you are exposing my personal data. You are calling people that you're not supposed to call. If you cannot find other ways to be able to get your money, and you are now exposing my personal data to the general public because you want to collect money from me, I can sue you for it. That's what they are actually saying. Some people are harassing their borrowers. You understand? Some people will be able to say, okay, if I don't give you this particular money around this particular time, there should be space. There should be a period of space before you start attacking me. Don't be saying I will just collect money from you, and probably because I cannot meet the deadline, right? You now start harassing me. Another thing, some apps sent message to contacts of their families to shame them. Imagine I borrowed money from you in secret. Now you are now sending message to my contact list. You went to my somebody that I'm probably fighting with. You went to that person and go and message that person. That's a very wrong thing to do. Several lenders allegedly access users' phone contacts, photos, and private data without consent. Because you have access to probably the N9 and some of these things, you now go and carry their phone contacts, their photos, their private data without their consent, which is absolutely wrong. So it's not by force to do loan app. If you know that you are not going to comply with the Nigerian rule, don't do it. That is what the Nigerian government are saying. And if you don't want to actually focus on these new rules, we will ban you. And I'm really, really happy that this is actually really coming out because so many people have actually been exploited. People that don't actually need to know about their information, right? They are now getting to know that these people actually went to, I borrowed money from you in secret. You exposed me to the general public for what? You understand? So that's another thing. Some platforms were charging extremely high interest rates and unfair penalties. This is one of the things that we are talking about again. Imagine you collecting over 15%, 20% interest rate just because you borrowed me 10,000. Then you are adding so much that I cannot pay back. Now you know that this person, he will suffer to pay that money, but because you know that that person is in need, you now put that person on a very, very crazy interest rate that will be difficult for that person to get out of that kind of debt. And because you have actually said you will spend this thing, you must do this thing, this and that, you are actually showing that person shaggy. You are showing that person life shaggy. Something that is not supposed to be more than 5% or probably 3%. When I don't make count, some people are collecting 25% interest, 25% interest rate. For what? If the person has that money, will he come in the first place? And don't come and make it like all these loan sharp back in the day. You guys are making life difficult for more Nigerians, and those loan apps are one of the problems. They will say they are helping you, and of course you are helping. You are helping to cover for something. But when we now actually want to now pay back, it becomes a bone. You stress our life the more. Because if somebody has the money, they will not come and borrow in the first place. And if you actually decided that you actually want to borrow people, at least the interest rates will be minimal. Some of these people are actually charging so much. And that is the thing. Unfair penalties. Because say the person no pay for this particular time. I don't increase money. I don't increase money. I don't. Ew. Nigeria also complained about defamation threats and blackmail from loan recovery agents. Nigerians are complaining this one. They will come and abuse your life. They will say a lot of things. It's not a must you do a loan app, but you must be careful. You must be ready to be, you'll be doing everything with love till they give you back your money. You understand? You will till they give you back your money. Don't say you can't they blackmail people up and down. You understand? The government introduced stricter rules to protect consumers. And to be very honest, consumers' protection should be one of the things that we should focus more majority in this country. We lack consumers' protection. We lack it so well. Clean up digital lending industry. And so, what are these new rules for the digital loan companies? Mandatory registration with the FCCPC before operating in Nigeria. So you cannot just come and open one loan app or loan bank and say you want to be doing this without registering. Yes, lender must provide clear terms and interest rate disclosure. So whatever interest you are going to be putting there, they must see it and they must approve it. Apps are banned from accessing borrowers' contact photos and personal files. So because the person is actually going to use a bank app, now you have access to that person's contacts, you have access to that person's personal files, you have access to that person's photos. Now you now use it against that person. And now you are contacting the person's family. You are banned from it. Unethical loan recovery methods are prohibited. No be say you go carry boys, go beat person up just because you want collect money. No harassment, intimidation, or public shaming. This one, public shaming, may God continue to help us. I love the fact that they're actually saying this. Company must follow data privacy laws and ethical marketing prices. And also, violators risk fine up to 100 million or 19% share of the company's turnover. So if you violate all of these things, you might receive a fine up to 100. They are not playing with you people. They are not. Why am I even looking like I'm supporting? Don't be saying they borrow money. But to be very honest, it's quite painful what some people have actually gone through in the faces of these people that are actually borrowing people money. So much. So person when get money, go come your side, come borrow money. If you are not making it so difficult for people to live just because they came to borrow, you are wicked. It's just ruthlessness. And I'm happy that they're actually making these strict rules for you people. Not be saying go provide your own rules, obviously. Of course, nobody is saying that you should make loss in your business. But not be saying you can't try to, no. What you guys have been doing over the years doesn't actually make sense. And so why Nigerians are borrowing more loans? Number one, economic hardship and inflation have pushed Nigerians to seek quick loans. We know what is going on in this country. We know how hard it is. We know how people are suffering, putting mouth to feed, and how did they say those things. By the time they do something, they chop money. Sometimes you actually need to pay for some things. So people just say, okay, let me go and borrow money. Rising cost of living, fuel prices, and food prices have reduced purchasing power. Now, waiting to Tinubu talk say you go do now. So you don't do them. You understand? You don't do them already. Many citizens cannot easily access traditional bank loans. Yes, this one, I don't even advise it. Another one is the fact that loans app offers fast approval within minutes, making them attractive. You understand? Within probably like 20 minutes, 30 minutes, you don't get your loan. You understand? They make it so easy for you to be able to borrow fast. When you want to pay, you must also pay fast. Also, increasing unemployment and underemployment has made short-term borrowing common because of the unemployment that is actually going on, which is kind of very, very rampant. You see many people actually involving themselves in all of this. So, this explains the massive demands for digital credit in Nigeria. By the time you check so many people's phones, there's this guy on TikTok that actually used to pay for some people's OP. There is no way 10 people will gather in one place and about one or two of them will not be borrowing from one bank. Is either they are borrowing from Money Point, or they are borrowing from Palmpay, or they are borrowing from OPay. Make it make sense. If 10 people sit down in one place, at least 2 or 3 of them will be borrowing. Why? It's because of the Nigerian issue, the unemployment, the lack of things. Everybody just suffering and smiling. We are good in that in Nigeria. Oh, we are so good in that. So the growth of digital loan apps in Nigeria, Nigerian digital lending industry has grown rapidly due to smartphone penetration, and many fintech companies now provide instant loan through mobile apps. And the sector now includes over 500 registered lenders and hundreds of illegal operators. And the demand for consumers' credit is increasing across Nigerian urban population. However, the fast growth also created a loophole for fraudulent and exploitative loan platform, meaning that some people are actually taking crazy advantage of these things. So many people are taking advantage to actually scam Nigerians, to actually make more profit than they should. And so, what is the effect on the economy? Digital loan helps small businesses and individuals access quick capital. They support financial inclusion for people without bank access. However, excessive borrowing can trap people into debt cycle. And this is one of the things. When you borrow too much, you have borrowed the first time you paid, you borrow the second time you paid, the third time it will. This month you not they borrow. No, not they borrow. You are not they borrow. Till it becomes so much that you cannot even pay any longer. An high interest loan now worsen poverty rage come low income borrowers. Imagine person wey no get today, and he actually needs something. The next thing he went to go and borrow, he tries to pay back again. That person now lives. You don't even live poverty like that. You can't live. So high interest loan, and so if not regulated, abusive loan apps could damage trust in Nigerian fintech industry. And so challenge for regulators. Experts say supervising over 500 lenders plus illegal apps may overwhelm regulators. Many loan apps operate from outside Nigeria using foreign servers, and some companies simply change their app names after being banned. That is one of the things that these regulators are facing. Enforcement will require cooperation from Google Play Store, Apple Play Store, and financial institution. And so what may happen next, which is like the last slide, right? The FCCPC may remove illegal apps from the digital platforms, meaning that they are going to ban over 100 apps if these guys cannot come to the level of registering all their loan apps. 2, more fines, sanction, and possible prosecution could follow. They might actually prosecute these people. You are doing this thing in Nigeria, we will prosecute you, and you will pay almost like 100 million naira. 3, the government hopes stricter regulation will restore trust in the Nigerian digital lending market. And the last one is, if properly enforced, the rule could protect millions of Nigerian borrowers. And so for many Nigerians, this can actually help them, can actually protect them, and they will be able to receive help from the government. So that is just what it is. Let me know what you think in the comment section, and do well to click the subscribe button. Do well to like this video, do well to share, and make sure you drop a comment. Do you actually think that some of the people that you are actually currently on, they need to ban them? Let me know in the comments. I know some of you will be happy about this news, you understand, but I actually feel like consumer actually needs to be protected. But what do you think? Should they be protected, or they should just continue the way they are currently operating, in which these people can just tell you 10% interest? They will come and tell you on their hearts that you are paying 0.001% interest. At the time you collect the loan, that's when you actually see the real amount that you're supposed to pay. Those wicked set of entities. Anyways, love you all. See you in the next. I post video every day, every blessed day. So do well to follow me. Do well to subscribe to my YouTube. Do well to subscribe to my YouTube channel at Favors Page. I also post on Shorts every platform I can think of: Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. I post Shorts and TikTok, most especially on TikTok, and I have a Telegram page where I actually post some I have a community there, so do well to go and follow me and subscribe there. See you in the next. Love you all.